been a long time, y'all. It's been a long time. Raise your hands if you know that your future is greater than your past. Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Your future is going to be greater than your past. Thank you so much. Here's what we're going to do, y'all. I was informed that after me, y'all are going to be getting like free food and free drinks. Did y'all know that? Yes, we knew that. All right. So cool, we're gonna do something really quick. How many of you have a $100 bill, a fake one, a $100 bill on your table? Hold it up, hold it up, hold it up. You have a $100 bill. This $100 bill represents your future. Your future is gonna be greater than your past. But I wanna do an illustration, and I wanna give somebody a gift. If you will help me, just one person, come up here. If you feel safe, just one person, just come on up here. If you feel just one person. Hey, y'all give some love, give some love, give some love. I love it, I love it, I love it. What's going on? What's your name, sir?
Steven.
Y'all give love to Steven. Steven. All right, Steven, I want you to hold up your $100 bill in your left hand, I'm going to give you a penny, all right? I want you all to follow me closely. This is not a trick. I'm going to ask a series of questions. They are not trick questions. If you got it, say, I got it. All right. So, Stephen, hold up the penny and the $100 bill. All right, audience, which one is bigger, the penny or the $100 bill? See, didn't I just say it? It's not a trick question. It's not a trick question. Which one is bigger in size? $100 bill. All right. If it was real, which one would be worth more, the penny or the $100 bill? All right. Y'all with me? No trick questions, right? I'm going to ask you another question. It's going to sound like a trick, but it's not. You ready? Yes. Thank you. Can Stephen cover up this $100 bill with the penny without folding the $100 bill, without crinkling it up, without putting it in water or anything like that? Yes or no? Raise your hands if you say no. No, he cannot without doing something. Okay, put your hands down. I see some people that didn't. Raise your hands if you believe that he absolutely can do it. He can? Okay, we got 4, 5, 6 believers. All right, cool. Stephen can. And I'm going to show you. You ready?
Let's do it.
It's going to go by quick, all right? Hold the $100 bill up. All right. Close your left eye. Put the penny right in front of you. Somebody said it. Y'all give Stephen some love. I'll use something at the end. I'll use something. Appreciate you. No, you got it. Somebody said it right here. Perspective. Everybody said, oh, my future is greater than my past. That's why I got the $100 bill. $100 bill is so much greater than a penny. Pennies of the past, maybe pandemic-sized pennies, right? Things get in our eyes. That's why I asked Stephen to close his left eye. Because a lot of times when obstacles come in our lives, they block our vision. And what we have to do, what we are all here to do, is to give everybody in this room and all of the students that we serve perspective, greater perspective. Think about what pennies you have in your eyes. Think about the pennies that you've had. And let me tell you, pennies can get really, really big. They can get so big that you can't even see your future. You just want to see. And so what we're here to do today, quickly, is to show you exactly how you're going to be able to simply articulate impact, legacy, and destiny to your students. If you're ready, everybody say, I'm ready. All right, so I love energy. I feel like the energy that you give me, I'm going to give you back. And I'm going to say it like my Baptist preacher used to say. The better you say amen, the quicker we'll get done. Amen? Amen. All right, so how many of you have dreams? Raise your hands if you have dreams. You have dreams. You have things you want to accomplish. You have things you want to accomplish. Yell out your dream really, really quick. If you're not, embarrassed. What's your dream? Yell it out. If you're not, you don't have to. If you want to, go ahead. PhD, master's, new home, travel. I love it. I love it. See, I feel like we're going to talk about a few heavy things. We got to get to know each other a little better. My name is Odell Bizzell. It's not really going to matter. You're going to remember this story more than you're going to remember my name. When I was young, when I was a boy, I had a dream. It wasn't deep like Dr. King's dream. I just wanted to go to the NBA. And that's proof, or what the kids say, receipts. Got receipts. I was really good in basketball a long time ago. I was really good. I played AAU basketball. I'm from North Carolina, where basketball is really, really big, ACC country, right? And my AAU team won a national championship, y'all. I was 14, going into high school. For context, I played AAU basketball in the same tournaments as a guy some of you might have heard of, LeBron James, Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony. I was playing against those guys every single year. And so we won the nationals. I remember going up to my dad and saying, yo, Dad, your baby boy's going to the NBA. Get ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready. And I'm looking at my dad eye to eye. Get ready. And my dad's looking at me eye to eye. Like Mr. Davis said, height challenged, eye to eye. In that picture, I'm 14, 5'8". I stand before you today, 37, 5'8". That was the peak for me. And I remember my dad saying, you know, it's probably not in the cards for you. It's probably not. And everybody kept growing. Everybody. And I remember I tried really, really hard. I went and practiced. I was ranked in the state of North Carolina for basketball players. I scored 1,000 points in my high school. I was good. But I failed. I wanted the money, right? You go to the NBA to have fun, have money. But I also, for the first time, wasn't the last, felt like that I wasn't worth much. Because we didn't have much growing up. I felt like that was my ticket, that was my key. How many of you have ever tried something really, really hard and it didn't work out? Where are those people at? You tried a relationship. You tried that career path. You tried that promotion. It just didn't work out. I tried really, really hard. And I just wanted to make my parents proud. That's all. My mom, she was an immigrant from West Africa, came over. She was a trio student, been in college. My dad, United States Air Force. I'm the oldest. I just want to make them proud. And I thought that that was the key. But sometimes, everybody say sometimes. Sometimes our failures lead us to our greatest success. So I went to college, got my education, did all the right things that I was supposed to do. Surely I would find success now, right? No, listen. And I say this all the time. I tell the students this, I tell everybody this. A lot of times in our lives, when we're facing things, the obstacles, they block our vision, just like the penny. But we have to move, we have to shift. And I often ask students this, what did you want to be when you grow up? And they say all these great things. I want to be a firefighter. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a doctor. Nobody says, I want to go work at a jail, Mr. Odell. That's what I want to do. Right on, CO, yeah, nobody. That's what I did with the college degree. So I wasn't really feeling it. And then I met somebody. Changed my life forever. And I believe that today, everybody say today. I believe today will have a similar ripple effect on you. I went and heard a man speak. speak. I really didn't want to go, but I was voluntold to go. My parents didn't want me living in their house forever. So you got to go hear this man speak. And he changed my life. He gave me 4 words. If you have notes, if you're taking mental notes, I want to give you these. He said, perfected passion produces prosperity. Perfected passion produces prosperity. Perfected passion produces prosperity. And he started asking me, he said, Odell, what are you passionate about? Like, what do you believe God sent you to this world to do? I was educated, everybody, but I didn't have an answer to that question. I didn't know. I wasn't sure. And so he sent me on a quest. He said, you have to ask yourself better questions. The quality of your life is dependent upon the quality of questions you ask and answer for yourself. So I started asking questions, and I settled on my passion was to speak and write to inspire people. And this quote, I love this quote by William James. It said that the best use of one's life is to spend it on something that outlasted. The best use, everybody say best. The best use is to spend it on something that outlasted. That's why you're here. Some of you I know, I've met before, I've seen before. It seems like a long time ago, but I've met you. Some of you I've never met before, but you're here because there's something that is outlasting. It's family. It's your connection to education, to the students, to your colleagues, to your organization. It's something that outlasts you. That's the best use of one's life. And then when he sent me on that trek, on that journey, on that voyage, I settled. I said, okay, I'll go share a message. That's what I do, and that's what I've been doing for the last 9 years. And I love doing it for trio groups, different groups like this, because you all create the ripple effect. Like my mentor, he wasn't a speaker. He was just a guy that saw something in me, that spoke something into me. And now I'm speaking things into hundreds of thousands of people, including you. Now, I want to ask you really quick, how do you define impact? We'll take a couple of answers and then we'll move on. How do you define impact? Really quick. Remember, the better you say amen, quicker we'll be done. How do you define it? Results. Leaving something that sustains people. What else? How do you define it? Connection to other people, absolutely. I'm going to give you 6 words to help you shape your definition of impact. It's 6 words that everybody in here needs to learn how to communicate on a regular basis to those that you work with and those that you serve. 6 words. How many words?
6.
I promise you, the better you say amen, the quicker we'll get done. And the way we use impact is we use it as an acronym. So each letter stands for a word. Let's jump into it. The I in impact stands for inspiration. Everybody say inspiration.
Inspiration.
Inspiration. What inspires you? What gets you going in the morning? What gets you going? Coffee. Coffee. My dog's barking. I love it. Potato bar and alcohol. Don't worry. We're coming. Don't worry. Inspiration, it gets us going. It sparks a feeling. It literally means, the Latin root is spirare. Spirare means breath. So inspiration literally means breath in. It literally means breath in. So what gives you life? You have to identify that thing so that you can help somebody else identify that thing. Inspiration is a spark. Inspiration gets us going. Amen. Now, what inspired, do you think, just take a guess, 15-year-old Odell? What inspired 15-year-old Odell? Oh. Y'all are close. Hey, there it is. Money, basketball, girls. It was kind of, it was like basketball, ooh, I can make money. And then, ooh, girls, like once you get to high school. And yeah, whatever the young ladies that I was crushing on wanted to do, I wanted to do it because I didn't really know how to articulate my value otherwise. And there was a young lady in my class, sat behind her rather, for 3 weeks, and I didn't say anything to her. I was nervous. I was a star on the basketball team, on the varsity football team. I didn't know how to, You know, like it was, hey, like it didn't hit me until one day, y'all. One day she came into class, she was listening to these headphones. She was just getting it. I was like, yes, this is the perfect time. I'm gonna ask her what she's listening to. She can't reject that. Smooth, Odell, I know, yes. Tapped her on her shoulder, she turned around and said, hey, what you listening to? I wasn't ready for what she said next. I wasn't ready. See, I'm from the South. I was raised underneath the church. And before YouTube and the streaming and all that stuff, I didn't really listen to the hippity hop, to the gangster. Didn't listen to it. Didn't really know what it was. So when this young lady said to me, oh, I'm listening to that Ready to Die, I was like, what? Ready to Die? Oh my gosh, what's happening right now? And here's the thing, Ready to Die, the first disc in the discography of the late great hip hop philosopher, Christopher Wallace, AKA Biggie Smalls, AKA I love it when they call me Big, that guy, right? Super famous. I didn't know who he was. I confused, I didn't know. And she saw it on my face. So I'm listening to that Ready to Die. I was like, okay, yeah. We ready? Yeah. And she said, you know, Biggie Smalls. And I'm like, so wait, is he big or is he small? Biggie Smalls? My goodness. And she saw the confusion on my face. And she asked, she said, oh, hey, Odell, well, do you want to borrow my CD? What did I say, everybody? Oh, yeah. Now I have a plan. I'm going to go home. I'm going to listen to the hippity hop. I'm going to figure out what all this thing is, and then I'm going to go back, I'm going to tell her about it, and we're going to have a wonderful relationship. So I went home, listened to the hippity hop. How many of y'all, we're all adults in here. How many of y'all listened to Biggie before at all? You listened to it? My goodness. My goodness. I was with some of y'all that are like, Biggie Small, I'm with you, Odell, gosh. So I listened to it, I am shocked. I'm used to listening to little Michael Jackson, little brown Michael Jackson, and Marvin Gaye, that's what I'm used to listening to. And then Biggie comes on talking about, give me the loot, I'm a bad man. What? But I loved it, man. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, I graduated with a 4.2 GPA. I had never seen a gun in my life, but I loved it. I don't know, it's like I was there and I got lost. I started getting loud and rowdy, and my mother said, hey, turn the music down. We got kids in here that make noise and we tell them to be quiet. So yeah, my bad, Mom, my fault. But my mama did not see what this young lady looked like. She didn't see her, so she didn't understand. So I had to keep listening to it. So I had to understand the music, and then I had transformed into a gangster. Y'all think I'm playing. I transformed. I was a gangster. Give me the loot. I was sticking up the wall. I was like, brick yourself. You know what I was doing? Getting loud again. And we're talking about inspiration. I promise. Inspiration gets you feeling things. Get loud. I grew up with two sisters. One of the sisters' rooms right next to me. I heard a woman's voice say, hey, shut that stuff off. Thought it was my sister. So, you know, you speak differently to your siblings than you do. So I respond like you would respond to your sister. And I said, you shut up. You don't tell me what to do. But it was my mama. And remember over there, I said that I had turned into a gangster? He had died that night. He died that night because my mama smacked me. I still remember it, and it's heartbreaking that she don't remember that. I tell the story all the time, and she said, I didn't hit you. I said, yes, you did. She hit me so hard, I cried. Immediately. And I tell you this for a reason. Inspiration can get us to do a lot of different things. And so we have to guide, especially the young minds that we help oversee, we have to guide them in the right direction. There's a lot of different ways that we can do that, but the biggest thing is by helping them understand how the mind works. Like when I told y'all I was a gangster, I felt that. And our feelings fool us. Our feelings fool us. And so inspiration gets you feeling something. We have to inspire good feelings, even when things are bad. Because things will always be bad to somebody. Sometimes to our students, sometimes to us. You know, anybody ever been overwhelmed before? Why do you think I'm waiting for that potato bar now? Why do you think? Yes, right? We've all been there. And so we have to learn how to inspire good feelings. Here's one trick. I'm going to give you just one trick. Give yourself a mental cue, whatever that is. It could be a song. It could be something that you follow on social media that you go to, but just whenever you feel, and it's not going to work 100% of the time, all the time. But I have a song. It's by the Jacksons. It's called Think Happy. So whenever overwhelm hits me, I just, think happy, start playing that song, and it just gets me in a different space. So inspiration, that's the first thing we have to communicate on a regular basis. The M in impact stands for motivation. Everybody say motivation. Motivation. So inspiration is about how we feel. Motivation is about how we see. Inspiration is about our feelings. Motivation is about our vision. What do we see? And those who lack motivation, or we perceive to lack motivation, they just yet to see the potential of their future. That's all. And so what we have to do, we can't motivate anybody. How many of you all know that you can't tell people what to do? You can't tell kids to do. That was the most humbling and hurtful thing that I learned becoming a parent of 3 children. I thought, I take care of them, I protect them, I provide for them. Surely they'll listen to me. No. Well, they won't listen when they don't really understand language, but as they get older, they'll listen less, and then they'll trick me. Got it. Yeah, your kids that love you don't listen to you. You surely can't tell another adult what to do, so we have to learn how to guide their decisions. So we have to show them their future. Here's where it gets tricky, because communication controls everything. And so it's important for us to learn the different levels of communication so we know what they're actually hearing and seeing. So these 4 levels really quick. There's mass communication. There's what everybody say to everybody. So we turn on the news, mass communication. We scroll on our phones, mass communication. We read the papers, mass communication. All of that, mass communication, mass communication. It conditions us. It conditions us. And I'm not here to conspiracy theorize or anything like that. I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, publicly anyway. Some of y'all looked at me as soon as I said that. Well, I am. Let me tell you some things. I can bring you to our side. No, but I just want you to understand that mass communication, there is a reason for it, and it conditions us to be afraid. It conditions us to feel negative feelings so that we can tune in. That's what it does. And so if it does that to us, of course it does it to our students. So we have to be mindful of that, what is communicated through that. Then there's public communication, like this. Public communication is easier to identify the source. Odell, I've seen him before, he's cool, or I've never seen him before, but he's here, so he's probably cool. All right, well, let's listen to what he has to say. Maybe he has something cool to say, maybe not, I don't know. Potato bar, I don't know. Then there's interpersonal communication, that's one-to-one. And as we go down the levels of communication, what's interesting is that motivation is lost until we get to interpersonal and intrapersonal. It's lost. Mass communication, they don't want everybody to do their very best. Mass communication, they want everybody to be just mediocre. Just be okay. Don't go for the gold, champ. Don't do that. Or you know what? If you do go for the gold, here's what we're going to charge you so much for that education that you end up being mediocre anyway. So motivation gets lost at the interpersonal communication level, that level. We hear it better, but we have to repeat motivational messages over and over and over again. It might sound weird when you go up to somebody and say, hey, how are you? How are you?
I'm well.
I'm fine. I'm well. I'm good. Yeah, sure. Good. Try this. Just try it. You know what? Just try it. You can try it at the conference. Say something other than I'm good or I'm fine. Say, I'm amazing. Better now that you're here. Sounds corny, right? See, that's your anti-motivational spirit coming out. But you have to overdo and overemphasize it. And then you do it for your students. How are you doing today? I'm fine, Miss Grace. No. We're outstanding when we come in here. Oh my gosh. You've blown me away by your positivity. What comes of this? You notice that? Like if you're super positive, they're like, what is wrong with this person? Why are you so happy? What y'all doing? Ain't that crazy? And intrapersonal, the intrapersonal level is what we say to us. It's how we talk to us. We get so upset when people talk ugly to us, rude to us. Well, they don't hold a candle to how we talk to ourselves. We have to be able to, and I asked a friend this, and she couldn't give me an answer. I said, how many times have you called yourself beautiful? She said, I don't have any problem with that all the time. Today, look at me. Look at you. Oh, okay, I see you coming with your shoulders slumped and you, oh, God. That's something else I learned as a parent. It's like they don't listen to me, but they do what I do. That's why all my kids are silly, because I'm a little silly. But we have to learn how to communicate motivation. The P in impact stands for purpose. Everybody say purpose. Purpose is so important. We have to tap into it. I'm going to give you 5 questions. I'm going to give you them quickly, but I want you to understand and walk away at least with this. We all have to learn how to ask better questions. The smartest people, the most intelligent people ask the best questions and they answer the toughest questions about themselves. So we have to learn how to ask questions, not just for us, but so we can give people the gift of the answer. So let's break this down and put them up here really quick. These are the 5 greatest questions in the world. I believe, it's my personal opinion. I showed y'all my mentor, his mentor, a gentleman by the name of Dr. Miles Monroe. Oh, how many of y'all heard of Dr. Miles Monroe? Okay. My people, cool. One of his last sermons, he passed away in a plane crash in 2014. One of his last sermons was the 5 greatest questions in the world. And so this is a semblance of that. I want to give these to you to answer for yourself, but also give them to your colleagues, somebody that wasn't here. Give them to your students in a variety of ways. The first question is, who am I? Who am I? That covers our identity. Here's why it's important to know your identity. It's not just to identify what your pronoun is. It's not just to identify sexuality or anything like that. It's also for identifying your activity. Because if I identify as a father, if I want to be a good father, there are certain things that I should be doing to be a good father. If I want to be a good husband, there are certain things I should be doing if I indeed identify as that. So when we ask the question, who am I? Think about who I'm accountable to and what or whom I'm responsible for. Who am I? The second question, where am I from? Where am I from? If I asked you where you're from, what would you say? Just shout it out. It's all right. Huh? Did she say Earth? Earth. Oh, boy. Where are you from? Y'all ashamed of where y'all from? West Virginia, Indiana, Pittsburgh, Arizona. There you go. If you identify where you're from, there you think about location, but I also want you to think about these two things too. Your genealogy and your spirituality. Your genealogy, your ancestry, who raised you, who raised them, where you're from. Spirituality, if you subscribe to a religion, who is your God? Think about that. And if you don't, just focus on the genealogy. Because we're all products of who raised us. Our deep-seated beliefs often come from how we were raised. I told y'all my dad was in the military. We used to do these drills called, what if somebody broke into the house? I'm 6 years old and I'm terrified about loud noises anyway. And we're doing a drill. What if somebody, what? You know what you gotta do? You gotta go to the closet. And I'm gonna go get my weapon. You hear anything? If you don't hear me, then you need to jump out the window. You need to go to Miss Gladys' house next door. Like, I get it. I get it, but I'm 6, you know? So when you ask 37-year-old Odell, hey man, you got trust issues? A little bit. I've been waiting on somebody to break into my house for 30 years. Waiting. So I didn't think the neighborhood was that bad, but maybe. I don't know. But so we have to recognize that behavior. Like, okay, why is it like that? Okay, then it's good maybe, or maybe I need to retweak it or replace it. Think about where you're from. The third question is connected directly to your purpose. Why am I here? And Dr. Miles Monroe said, when the purpose of a thing is unknown, abuse is inevitable. The key tenet for purpose is to learn how to turn bad things into good things. We've been going through, listen, I'm going to just say it like this, hope I don't offend anybody. We're like living through a biblical plague, y'all. Like for real, for real. The Now Testament. It's crazy. There are history books and all that is going to be talking about the people that live, it's us right now. And we're still here. There's a reason for that. We have to tap into that. And I believe, this is just what Odell believes. This is what who believes? Odell. This is just what Odell believes. Odell believes that your purpose in life is to give the world a glimpse of heaven by what you do, what you have, and who you are. That's your purpose. So when bad things, not if, when bad things happen, okay, perspective. What can we learn? We have to be able to do that, but learn it for ourselves and pass it on. Who do we pass that on to? The next question, what am I capable of doing while I'm here? I believe one of the biggest obstacles to human achievement is time. We don't understand time. We say, in 5 years, I'm going to. But what if somebody says that? What if, amen. But a lot of people said that 5 years ago. Stuff happens. We don't know how much time we have. That's the trick. We don't know. And as we get older, time goes faster. Unless you're on a treadmill. I'm just gonna live my life on a treadmill because I'm only gonna do 15 minutes. Gosh, how long has it been? Maybe that happened yesterday, but don't worry about that. It's like, geez. But we have to understand that though our potential is unlimited, our time is not. So we have to learn how to take advantage of the moment right away. And then lastly, How will I be remembered to those I was assigned to? We're all here on assignment. A part of our assignment are people. So how will I be remembered? Not for me to, oh, this person was so great, but what they can become because I existed, because I went to work, because I spoke into their life. That's what we have to do. So we have to ask ourselves those questions. And then the A in impact stands for action. Everybody stand up. Stand up for a second. Stand up. Stand up for a second. Stretch it out a little bit. Hey, we're almost done. Y'all been saying amen, okay? How many of you, oh, it's okay, Siri, don't worry about it. How many of you, this is your first, help me say it, MEAEOPP? MEAEOPP. I said it right? Yes. MEAEOPP. This is your first, let me see, where is it? First. Okay, so your first MEAEOPP, if you got a green dot and you feel okay, go meet somebody that you've never met before. I'm going to give you 3 real minutes because that's how long one of my favorite songs is. Meet somebody you've never met before. Just meet somebody. And here's what I want you to do. Hold on. I forgot something. Hold on. One second. I want you to get 3 pieces of information from them quickly. Their favorite movie, their favorite show, and their nickname. All right? Favorite movie, favorite show, and their nickname. If they don't have a nickname, there's your opportunity to give them one. All right? 3 minutes. Go. Yeah. Gone with the Wind. I like that. My favorite movie, I'm going to say Forrest Gump.
Oh, yeah.
Forrest Gump. I used to argue with my dad that it was real, that Forrest Gump was a real person, because I thought he was.
Why did you think that?
Because he had JFK. JFK.
Oh,
that,
I know.
And
All those things
I'm
were
9 years old. I'm like, it's real. Favorite
I'm
show.
older than you, so yeah.
Favorite show.
Probably Game of Thrones or Ozark.
Oh, have you caught up?
Yeah, I'm all caught up.
I haven't caught up yet.
Okay, well, the next one's coming out soon, so you gotta get caught up.
Awesome. Nickname.
Some of my friends call me Mo because my name's Marnie, and sometimes they just call me Mo.
Mo. Okay. My nickname,
Which way?
I'm going to give you my high school nickname. So my last name is Bizzell.
Yeah,
Bizzle.
Bizzle.
Like, because Snoop Dogg used to say, for sizzle.
Jizzle, yeah.
That was it. Thank you, Mo. All right. Oh, look at you. You met your BFF. Did anybody meet a Pookie? Anybody met a Pookie? No nickname? That's my little brother's nickname, Pookie. That's like, seriously, like my real brother. His nickname is Pookie. So. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Here's what's exciting. Here's what's exciting about being in person again is we get to meet people. Now, how many of you would actually say that you've been historically good at meeting people? Meaning you meet somebody, you get their name, you see them 2 days later, you're like, oh, right? How many people has that happened to? You meet somebody, have a great conversation, you go to your hotel room, you call your boo or your friend, you order something, then you go to a session the next day, then you see, and you're like, hey, man, it was good to meet you. And then you look and you trying like, why didn't you got your name tag on today? Why didn't you got your name tag on? I can't see that. Listen, patience and grace. We need to have it and we need to use it. You know what? Oh, she said amen. It was great meeting you. Remind me what your name is again. Taniko. Taniko. Thank you so much. My name's Odell. She was probably thinking, what was his name again? Odell. Odell, yeah. Bizzell for shizzle. Appreciate that, Mo. Also, nicknames, if you don't have an embarrassing one, like my wife has an embarrassing nickname, so I would like, not the one that I gave her. Not that one. That's not a nickname. Something different. But if you have one of those, it's okay. You can have something shorter, but we need to make a habit, especially human connection, and validating those connections, helping everybody. This is something that I say. Some of you all might not like it right now, but you'll realize that I'm right later. Y'all will catch that. You might not like it right now, but you're going to realize I'm right. It's hard to be mad. Anyway, so everybody that meets you and stays connected to you wants something from you. All right? There's nothing wrong with that. What we have to do is figure out what it is and if we're cool with giving it or not. That's it. Everybody. And it could just be, I just want somebody to bounce ideas off of. I'm just looking for somebody that is around my age in this area. You know? They don't have to want like money or anything like that, but everybody wants something. And it's okay for us to want things. We just have to learn how to convey that. And here's what's interesting, the law of diminishing intent. When the will to do something, the desire to do something, it's got an expiration date. If you don't do it right away, you don't take out that trash right away, oh gosh, it's gonna pile up. So we have to learn how to take action fast. And I love this quote. This is a writer downer. This is a screenshotter as we're winding down this conversation. But you'll be the same person that you are today with the exception of two things: the books you read and the people you meet. The books you read and the people you meet. The books you read, the YouTube videos you watch, the podcasts you listen to, the audio, all that stuff, you'll be the same person with the exception of all of that data that your brain takes in on a regular basis and the people that you meet. And so we have to take the action of programming it the right way. Think about where you want to be in 5 years. Just program it the right way. That's why I give out books. I think everybody got a free book, right? You got a free book? Oh, no. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, read it, pass it along. I'm going to give you an opportunity to get the audio book version of that for free today, too. So there you go. But your network determines your net worth. Your network determines your net worth. Here's a great gift to give to your students. They have a superpower. They're young. People will do things for youngsters that they won't do for us. That's why they're called Girl Scout cookies and not Woman Scout cookies. They'll do things for, I'm on a diet, but I gotta buy all the Girl Scout cookies. I've got 2 daughters, so anybody that's got Girl Scouts like, Odell, buy, sure, okay. I wouldn't want anybody to say no to my girls. So we do that all the time. So we've got to teach our students to use that. Teach them about the powerful, powerful social network called LinkedIn. where everybody's on there because they're trying to go up in their careers. Get them to interview the biggest CEO or the biggest business owner in their city. Just, I'm doing a project for Trio. I would love to interview you. Oh, you don't know about Trio? Let me tell you, Trio works. Let me tell you all about it. They won't be able to say no. So by the time our students get to the college process and they've interviewed all these people, and then they probably wouldn't need, they say, hey, do you know somebody? And they say, oh, of course, I can connect you. It's just a beautiful thing because, again, they can get in doors that we can't get in. And teach them to build relationships and not just collect connections. Let's practice that. We do that. Oh, you have a business card? You have this, you have that, you have that, you have that. You go to your room, you lose the business cards, you forget. I typed your name down, but then I deleted it because I was cleaning off my phone because I don't have enough storage, all this stuff. Build relationships. Build relationships. Find one person. Now, I know everybody in here loves doing laundry. Raise your hand. Love doing it, love the smell of done laundry, but don't like doing it. The only thing in life that should be separated by color is laundry. He said, I don't even do that. Shoot. It don't matter. We all integrated. Sorry. All right. You have to see diversity, equity, inclusion as a blessing, not a burden. Because it is a blessing. All right. So we have to be better together. The C in impact stands for courage. I'm going to go through these really quick. We have to have the courage to sacrifice. Sacrifice is the ability to give up something we like for something that we love. We have to build that muscle. We have to build that muscle, and we have to teach our students to build that muscle. Also, have the courage to ask the right questions. Asking questions is hard. Formulating questions is difficult, but we have to have the courage to do that. And also, we have to have the courage to be ourselves. Be you. Everybody else is taken up, kinda, because people be faking, people be acting, they be capping, is that the right context? I'm not sure. I mean, I have a middle school daughter. She says all sorts of stuff, and I'm like, capping? So I think cap, bust a cap. Anyway, I think about it differently sometimes. But just be you. You're good enough. You're good enough. And also have the courage to fail and have the courage to try something really, really difficult. It might not work out, but the process will make you better. So have that courage. And the T in impact stands for transformation. We're at the end, y'all. We're at the end. Amen. 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 What's that, everybody? A caterpillar. Said, wait, he just said transformation. So, y'all are smart. It's trying to make me advance my slides quicker. I get it. Hey, I'm with it. I understand. We're all in the process of becoming, every single person. From the time we're a little bitty baby, from the time that we're a little bitty person, human, those uncertain teenage years, those more uncertain young adult years, where you think you're supposed to have everything figured out, and then you're like, wow, so wait, my mom and them, they have nothing figured out? They was winging it too. Oh, look at that. So you witnessed my transformation right before you. And what's interesting is we're always in the process of becoming. Every single person, we're always in the process of becoming. And so patience and grace. We're attaching to different people, becoming parents, to wild children. To angelic children. We're all in the process of becoming. And I want to ask you all something today, really quick. How many of you would say that you got at least one thing that you could share today? One thing. You got at least one thing? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Just going to ask you really quick, what I do with Trio, I've worked with some of you before. I'm on a mission, like I told my mentor, to speak and to write, to inspire. It would help me a great deal if you got one thing out of this, if you could just fill out this very, very short feedback form. It's super short. It'll take you like 2 minutes. And then I have one story, and then we'll be done. So you can scan the QR code, or you can go to thebesttriospeaker.com. That's just so you can remember it. Just remember that. But you can scan the code, and when you get done, the first person that gets done, shoot your hand up. I have a gift for you. The first person. And the last person. Yes, sir. Shoot that hand up. Who's the first person? Oh. Oh. There you go. There's another book.
Oh, thank you.
I've written 8. So. Who said that? Somebody else said they were done. Right. Right here.
Right, I see the freebie though.
There it is. Thank you all so much. And I have another book for financial literacy, and I really don't want to take any books with me on the plane tomorrow. So if you want other books, just meet me outside afterwards. I'll be in line for the potato bar. Oh, y'all think y'all can get that all to yourself? Charlotte, you said I could, right? Okay, I was just making sure. Shoot your hand up if you're done. I just want to make sure so we can move on to the last thing. Love it. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm going to give you all this. Tell the story. Life's tragedy is that we get old too soon, but wise too late. We get old too soon, but wise too late. And I remember when I graduated from high school, my dad said, "Son, I have a surprise for you. Now, when you're 18, you're the oldest of your parents' kids, about to go to college. What are you thinking that maybe the surprise will be?" Right. He still doesn't understand that like that. Come on. We went to a graveyard. Yeah. We're walking around this graveyard in late May in North Carolina. And I'm like, "Yo, Dad, is the car around the corner? Like, what are we doing?" But the surprise was much more significant than a car. I got to meet my grandfather. So I'm named after my grandfather, Odell Bizzell, first. I never got to meet him. He died when he was 45. He was an alcoholic. And I hadn't even seen pictures of him or anything like that. And my dad said, I got a surprise for you. I want to let you know why I named you after my father, your grandfather. And he told me these 2 things. I want to leave you with these things. He said, your grandfather was full of potential. Your grandfather was the life of the party. So smart. But he just couldn't get help. And you're about to go to college. Every level that you go to, you're going to need more help. Find that person at every level. So you're going to college, find that person that's going to help you. It's always going to be somebody that's going to lead you to something that's going to help you. And ever since that day, every time I sign my name, every time I see my name, I think about my grandfather. It's like, gosh, if he just gotten help. And my dad said, you're Odell Bizzell's second chance at being great. And I take that seriously everywhere I go. And you might not be named after somebody, but you were named to be somebody great. And you have to pass that on. Trio family, love y'all. Appreciate your time. Appreciate your attention. God bless.